Hello and welcome to game number 2 for the games that have been played, but number 3 for the score, because there's a winner's bracket advantage for Team Dignitas that yesterday broke through the winner's bracket versus virtus.pro. virtus.pro again today facing up against No Tidehunter, the team they knocked down earlier to the loser bracket, now knocking them down for good. And going up in the winner's bracket against Team Dignitas once again.
Remaining.
They couldn't win game 1, and we're gonna see if they can take down game 2, or at least, well, game 3 for the scores, as this is a best out of 5. So if Dignitas wins this match, they will be getting home with a prestigious title and $4,000 in the bank extra with virtus.pro. If they don't get it, then they will have 1,500, because that is the second prize. But maybe virtus.pro can make this, as I have to say, by the way.
Radiant team pick.
First game that we just saw, that was actually played on US East. We're going to be now seeing game up on the European West. So we'll see which team will then pull ahead, because yesterday the games that we saw, both teams won only the games that were played on their own server. As we're going to be seeing virtus.pro banning out the Wisp and the Gyrocopter, with the Lone Druid and the Nature's Prophet picked up for them. Also a good recipe to have a Lifestealer there for the Nature's Prophet, but that might also be a reason that Dignitas will now pick that one up instead. They banned themselves out the Nyx and the Coddle and picked themselves up the Batrider, and indeed, like I said, Batrider Lifestealer, the combination is a pretty nice one to have.
10 seconds remaining.
We're gonna see it though. We are gonna be seeing it, and the Dignitas is gonna maybe go for their bonus time for the first time in this this draft. Anyway, they picked themselves up the draft, the Darkseer, so going for control once more, as they had a lot of control in the previous game as well with a Darkseer, and there's a Lifestealer again as well. I mean, that's no surprise. Just denying that the virtus.pro is gonna be the one thing that they wanted to do. virtus.pro now, I don't know what they're gonna be picking up. They have got the Lone Druid, of course, already, which is possibly an offlane, and Nature's Prophet in the jungle. Possibly Lone Druid on the hard lane, on the safe lane, with the Nature's Prophet on the hard lane. 2 roaming people? Wouldn't really work. Lone Druid can even go mid. We've seen Bullock do that a couple of times, I believe, but yeah, they're a bit lost without that Lifestealer. They pick up the Shadow Demon therefore instead. That's a hero that's always good, especially if you're going to be up against a Batrider who's going to just be able to, you're going to be able to disrupt the targets that are getting lassoed. So that's the one thing that you want to be doing there, as we're going to be seeing a Weaver ban out once more, as virtus.pro is known to play that, and successfully as well. So they actually beat Dignitas with that yesterday in the first game of the winner's bracket, so they don't want to be facing that one once more. We're going to be seeing virtus.pro probably banning out some supports, because that is something that Dignitas doesn't have. From them, we are having a Batrider or Darkseer probably in the jungle / mid / offlane. Apparently virtus.pro is expecting them to still need a mid laner, sending Darkseer or Batrider into the jungle, but we are seeing them ban out those strong mid laners. We still have the puck in the pool though. It is going to be the first pick goes to virtus.pro, so they don't really have to ban out the puck if they want to pick it up for themselves. With a Leshrac and Undying banned out by Dignitas, and it was the Queen of Pain and the Templar Assassin and the puck banned out by virtus.pro. So all those strong solo mids banned out. And if Dignitas had in mind that their Batrider was going to go solo mid, well, they're going to be laughing now, because that means that virtus.pro just banned out 3 heroes that Dignitas wasn't planning to pick up anyway. Let's see what Dignitas wants to go for. They have banned out their own Leshrac.
10 seconds
as I say that, I mean, like, Leshrac and Lifestealer are normally a very good combination, but then again, I mean, you're playing on a European server, you have to take that into account, so you might just want to pick up only heroes that have that targetable things. That's not really a targetable thing, but it's still a nice one to have in combination with the open wounds. Ice Path will probably go through regardless. Dual Breath, of course, will make it easier as well for Lifestealer to chase down his target. Pretty nice pickup, but I still think they're going to pick up something with a solid disable still. And again, a Bane and Shadow Demon picked up with the 2 of them, this time though by virtus.pro. Last game it was by Dignitas.
Storm Spirit is alive!
And there is the Storm still. So that is going to be Dignitas having indeed a counter towards the Nature's Prophet, a Storm Stealer, a Bat Stealer, and I'm meaning Lifestealer infested with either the Storm or the Bat, basically. And a very high map control with that one, and I say that Storm is accounted towards the Nature's Prophet purely because he, in theory, especially in the mid game, should be able to outweigh that Nature's Prophet if he finds them one-on-one, which at some point he should do.
10 seconds remaining.
If that Nature's Prophet wants to try to go for some split push, which
5
is not really going to be
remaining.
too ideal if he indeed wants to do that right now. Something virtus.pro probably knows as well. There's the last pick from virtus.pro. Gonna be the Luna. So that is still a carry for them. A carry that we haven't seen today yet, but oh, and yesterday I don't think either. So interestingly enough, a new carry on the block. Well, not really new, but you know what I mean. I have seen more Spectres in this weekend than I have seen Lunas. That doesn't happen very often, now does it? But let's see if Dignitas is gonna get title this weekend. Or if virtus.pro is still going to have a chance to get 2 titles this weekend, as they were, of course, the victors of the Defense Season 3 yesterday evening in a very long best out of 5. By the way, virtus.pro then, I mean, they played 3 games in the winners bracket finals from the Ritmix Russian Dota 2 League. And then they played all 5 matches of the best out of 5 without a bracket advantage for the defense. So 8 matches in total in a row. Still able to take the title in the last game, though. And that's all that matters. We're going to be seeing KSI playing the Lone Druid this game. It will be an S on his Disruptor with Illidan or Airman playing the Luna. It is going to be the Bane played by Smile or ars-art. And last but not least, it is going to be the Nature's Prophet played by Tama Wild. Coming a bit late towards the party, but still a party nonetheless. Bear scouting out some things. Didn't scout out Lifestealer though, he was fairly close by, but he was in safety. Dignitas is gonna be having Aoi play that Lifestealer on the bottom safe lane. Aoi 2000 that is, and we're gonna be having on the top lane Universe playing the Darkseer on the off lane. Gonna be trying to tower skip those creeps with Way Too Sexy hanging around in that jungle. Gonna be able to try and get his Blink Dagger by level 8 if he is lucky. Snaking, of course, on the Storm Spirit will be in the mid lane. And on the bottom lane it's gonna be Fogged playing the Jakiro or the twin-headed dragon on the bottom lane. And he is there only a safety net for Aoi. He is gonna be the wannabe Earthshaker with a bit more damage but a bit less disable. But then again, there's a Rage, so you only need to disable your enemies for a little while. But it's an aggressive trial line for virtus.pro, so we're gonna see if they can be aggressive. I mean, you have got the Soul Catcher, a very high nuke. The thing is, if you're gonna, well, you can Nightmare 1, disrupt the other, and then, I don't know who you're gonna go for. Nightmare 1, go for that one. If the other comes in, disrupt that guy. I don't know how exactly they want to try this out, but we're gonna be seeing it. As there is a lot of burst damage up on them with and the Brain Sap and the Lucent Beam, but they need that Soul Catcher there to make that all the more effective. As we have a Centaur being placed down by the Dire, but the Radiant one is right there. Bane is gonna be specking not Brain Sap level 1. Aoi 2000 is gonna be sad because he has got Enfeeble at level 1. Fog gonna be too aggressive for his own good by the looks of it. Nope, gonna be able to stay alive. No Brain Sap and Lucent Beam. That actually, both of them might be able to do that because they haven't picked up their bursts. Like I just mentioned what nice nukes they have, but they're not gonna be doing anything. This is minus 30 attack damage. It is very difficult for Aoi to still get these last hits going. Let's see if he can still do that. I don't think he can. It is just too much. Too much indeed, as we do have Darkseer actually taking a bit of harassment from the bear. KSI chasing him out of the lane. Still going to be taking the creep wave with him though. In the meantime, it is the mid lane that we're going to be seeing a Storm up against the Nature's Prophet. It is going to be a fairly even lane until level 6 when Snaking can kill off that Storm, the Nature's Prophet just really fast. But whoever comes ahead right now on this lane will also be probably coming ahead in the split pushing battle. As we're going to see another Ice Path, another harassment. Fog though, I mean it's fairly cheap. You can just throw out 90 mana, it's all fine. And you're regenning anyway, so why not, right? Might give a chance for actually Aoi to go for open up on someone. He hasn't picked up any skill just yet though. And I mean, he didn't even get his stats because those +3 are just the 3 branches. So he doesn't really know yet what he needs. If he can go aggressive, then he will pick up and open wounds and feast. If he doesn't go aggressive, he needs to have that rage. So he can't really decide just yet until he's level 3, at which point he can pick up one of each. As we have got Universe taking still a lot of damage from those creeps, and this is actually being scouted out by virtus.pro. So he has to be really careful here, as we actually have got Way Too Sexy coming around as well. There's no wards on the top lane though. No wards at all. Nature's Prophet thinking about TPing in. Could have gotten a kill there actually, but wants to get his last hits more importantly on that mid lane. In the meantime, it is Aoi that is on 2 for 1, so getting shot down hard. And Illidan sitting on 11 for 2, so 12 for 2 right now. So doing really well, as we actually have Way Too Sexy just going for the hard camp of his enemy, because his own one is counter warded. So nice one there. Nature's Prophet TPing in. They want to try to go for this one. It's going to be a losing beam up on Fog. Fog will be the one to drop with the first blood going the way of NS. It is going to be Aoi running for his life. They know he's there though. They know he's there. Oh, nice juke. Nice juke. Well, where is he going to run? The disruption will be up again in 8 seconds. He's going to try to run a TP out. Perhaps he has got himself a TP scroll. The rage is going to happen, and it's not going to be in time anymore for disruption, and that is going to be at least him being into safety. He actually TP'd to the tier 2 to be back in the lane faster, as Fox is already hanging around there. We still have Nature's Prophet sitting there, so they might try to go for a bit of a push here now that they're here anyway. I mean, that's why you pick up a level 1 and Lunar Blessing once to try and push. Nice block here from Smile. Harassment coming in, losing beam even more, so there's going to be only brain step left for Smile if he really wants to do it, but it's not really needed if you think you can get the kill anyway. Ice Pad locks in Smile actually, and that's going to be a kill going the way of Airman. Nice dual breath still going through. The TP back from Tamar Wild back to the mid lane.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And that is going to be fortification going through, but the tower will probably still drop. I don't think Aoi can really do something against this right now, as the creep wave actually gets pulled away by NS towards the neutral camp, so the tower will definitely fall. Let's see. And nobody gets the last hit. The siege creep MVP.
Has fallen.
And gold for everybody, and they still are able to pick up the gold there, as we do have the Lifestealer being forced into the jungle, going to be trying to take the small camp. And they realize that the Batrider might be somewhere around their own jungle, as we see the drawing from NS, but they're going to be too late. Batrider is actually back inside his own base after taking out the creeps and actually stacking them a bit. I think they're still stacked. No, they're not stacked. Never mind me. Courier comes in for the Radiant team. Ooh, snaking. Living on the edge. Team of Wild, level 6. He's got himself the Buckler with level 6 also on the Storm, so has got himself that escape. Gonna maybe try to go for some kills. Might be trying to go for this one. Very one Nature's Prophet right here. But the downside is that he doesn't have... Well, he has bursts, but he doesn't have that much. Actually, wait a second. Aoi is safe, but the tower might not be as safe. That is a Buckler being used as well. TP out actually from NS, who's going to be going top. Let's see if he can do something there, because he is looking for it. Way Too Sexy, trying to fly himself away. Will almost be dropped down again, and will be doing that very soon. As NS looking for the disruption, gotta be able to find it. Hello, hello, there you are. Disruption, Soul Catcher. It is gonna be Universe. It's gonna try to help out his target. The vision is there, and this is gonna be a kill going the way of virtus.pro, or is it? Yes, it is. It is gonna be KSI picking up the gold, with on the bottom lane the tower picked up by virtus.pro as well. And that is going to be more push coming out from them. And just utter control on all lanes so far. Rage is going to be trying to do something. Aoi taking their harassment though. TP coming from the Storm. He might be able to turn this around. Ball lighting in. Going to go for a Smile. Here comes the losing beam though. There's just a level 4 Luna doing this. He can't go for the Eclipse or anything like that. The Nightmare actually still gets put up on snaking. TP in from Universe as well. Has got no Iron Shell, but surges himself up anyway. Vacuum misses, courtesy of the server difference. And that is going to be virtus.pro getting away with two towers on the bottom lane going down. A bit of harassment being done to the tier 3, I guess. And just being ballsy all around, with also not dropping anything yet in the mid lane or in the top lane, with Dignitas just being wiped out so far. 3.5k gold in favor of virtus.pro with 6 minutes in. That's a lot of gold going the way of virtus.pro. And the experience graph not that much. There's only 3 kills, and they have been going for 4-man pushes, 3-man pushes, and that just there have been only 2 people defending. So Dignitas has been getting the most of it in that sense, because they've just been farming more on different lanes, as well as more in jungles as well, because that's something that virtus.pro is not doing at all, since they had all the lanes covered with all their heroes and no longer have gonna need to send someone into the jungle. They are gonna be able to pick up the Roshan here though, and that will actually put Luna probably at level 6, something that they desperately need. And they can just do this with the Treyons tanking, and look at that, already down to half HP without even having drums or anything like that. More Treyons being created. Illidan actually has to back off there, because that hurts. That hurts a lot, and that is gonna be Roshan going now. Let's see if he actually makes it to level 6 with this. I should be able to. No! Only 1 level. Never mind me. Still picks up the Aegis though. In the meantime, Snake has got himself some treads. And we're gonna be seeing what am I gonna see? That's gonna be what I'm gonna see. Lone Druid pulling up ahead with the net worth. I mean, he's got that 1 kill up his name. He's got himself the highest net worth. His last hits is 39 for 4. And that is gonna be the hand of Midas, making sure that he gets ahead of everybody. More gold, more experience. As we look at experience, he's indeed highest level on the map right now. And he is he's doing really well for himself. With just being there on the top lane, able to pick up his, well, the bed ride that came there. Nice path, ball lighting in. Illidan, Trouble is now level 6, but won't be able to do anything with it. Has got the Aegis though. We'll be back here in the moment. And it's gonna be the Aegis only popped with Airman being happy he had that one. And Dignitas actually backing off. Can't do anything more out of fear for that Eclipse. Universe in the meantime, level 6 as well. KSI apparently looking for a push here. The bear is of course the highest level already. And that is going to be a lot of damage to that tower if he gets his attacks off, which he does of course. With only 2 range creep being taken away by Universe, now he takes more. But the bear will still be there. TP incoming actually from the storm, wants to go for something. Ball lightning in, gonna go for a nest. Disruption is there first though, but I don't think it's gonna happen. This is gonna help. This is gonna be a nest that will still take a fall. Demonic Purge up on Universe still, but he has a surge. Doesn't matter. Nobody else goes in. In the meantime, in the middle lane, we have got a Nightmare upon Fog. Fiend Script as well. Where is support? Here comes support. Nature's Prophet TPing in right on the tower range. Doesn't matter. The kill goes in the way of virtus.pro. TP incoming. Eclipse going through. Universe gonna get bursted down. It's Bane that picks up the kill. 2 for 0. Right under the enemy's nose. Right under Dignitas' tower. Ball lightning in. Gonna still be able to pick up Tame My Wild. That's at least something that you get from being ballsy like that.
Whining now.
And virtus.pro gonna try to go for tier 1 still, even after this, and with the Enfeeble helping out. Owie, very annoying. It's still only level 1 Enfeeble though, so that's not as bad as it was on level 1. As in level 1 when the Life Sitter was still level 1. He's level 6. He can take it a bit better now, even though it's still not ideal. It is not as bad, and we're probably gonna see him speccing that up a bit more now because he has got a level 1 Nightmare. He probably wants to go for his level 4 and the Brain Step still to get that burst up. But Enfeeble is just so very effective against the Life Stealer because it also goes through BKB, of course, that they might just want to have that as well. As he, yeah, go for BKB already. Picked up an Overclock. That's what you get if you're gonna a good mid game, and of course pick up those early towers already. Those supports are gonna be swimming in gold. As we have a Ness having mana boots at 10 minutes in for a support. That's brilliant. That's really brilliant. 4 heroes. Mid lane, virtus.pro. Having a Lone Druid still farming. Actually, no, Lone Druid is on his way here. Lone Druid is gonna help push. Way too sexy. Gonna get disrupted here. Soul Catcher as well. Ice Bat though. Brilliant one from Fog. Flame Break going through as well, and this is gonna be virtus.pro in a lot of trouble, and Ness is gonna be the first one to go down. It is gonna be Smell that gets open wounds as well. Universe gets picked up still. Just pure level difference making a big difference as well. Nice Ice Bat, snaking trouble, ball lightning back to the high ground. Sprout still goes up, but Tame Wild can't chase that down. Fog going down still. Fiend's Grave up on Owie, and this gets turned around real fast. virtus.pro gonna be coming out ahead on this one. 3 heroes dead versus only 1 Shadow Demon, and it started out so well for Dignitas with that control and the flame breaking. You saw virtus.pro dropping low, but they just pulled it up ahead and were able to take that like a man. Mechanism being MVP in that fight. That's probably one of the sole reasons why they actually could take that fight and continue to take that fight. Eclipse wasn't even needed, still able to pick up 3, including Owie, which is the best one to pick up in a fight like that because he is the one that's supposed to be carry Dignitas into the late game. Of course, you have Storm Spirit still gonna be trying to go for the mid game, but if you're gonna be going late game, that's like that. And if you're gonna be going for 5-man pushes, that Storm Spirit won't be able to pick off heroes because that's his strength, like pick up heroes and go for those kills and you know in pushes and stuff like that. But he can't really do that if the team from virtus.pro is just sticking together like glue. It is not possible for him to get himself ahead in the way that Storm Spirit would want to put himself ahead. As we're gonna have 2 people on the top lane again. Luna finally getting some good farm for herself, as she's got decent farm, don't get me wrong, but it's not really ideal. We've got spikes in the game. It's annoying.
Radiant's top tower.
This is a European server though, by the way, but the European server has shown some issues as we sometimes get kicked out as
Radiant
broadcasters
structures
being.
are fortified.
It is annoying. Illusions of
Dire's middle tower is
Luna.
under attack.
Luna
Dire's
is gonna be able to
structures
go
are
for an
fortified.
well, for the tower last hit. In the meantime, mid lane didn't really do anything. The deny will be there.
Dire's
Nature's
middle
Prophet getting
tower
that one.
has been denied.
Are they gonna go all mid again? They already have got the tier 1. They just really want to get that tier 2. They really want to get the tier 2. Let's see if they're gonna get it. Should be able to be fair. Dignitas can't really fight this yet. They don't have a Darkseer wall or something like that, which would be very nice to have against that Luna, because she's might be not as big as she would want to be, but she's still big enough. They burst down the oh, nice ice path. They burst down the creep with the Iron Shell first, of course, to try and stop the Rascal from going through. Still a lot of damage from the Jakiro, but not enough to stop the push from happening at least. Flame Break gonna go through another ice path, disruption. That is gonna be a demonic purge up on Fog. Trouble for him. Pause. Oh. Nature's Prophet, where did he go? He's actually on his way out. And of course, I mean, this is not a tactical pause. You can't have a technical pause anymore, basically, because they can't move their camera, they can't do anything. They can't click on anything, they can't see anything. Stuff like that. In the meantime, they can't check if there's a TP scroll up on Snaking, which there is. He's not going to be wanting to pick up that tower if indeed virtus.pro goes for that fight in the mid lane. Same thing goes for Aoi. He's going to be wanting the TP middle too. The vacuum is going to be, let's see, because this is a vacuum from Universe. I don't think it gets anybody of virtus.pro. Maybe the Shadow Demon, but I think he's just out of range of that. Let's see though, I don't think it no. And that's the server, by the way. Again, Fiend's great way too sexy up on the high ground still, but they might be able to do this. The vision is there, and the way too sexy is way too dead again.
Is under attack.
virtus.pro able to pick someone up with that one. But it is no TPs and no continuous going for virtus.pro. Don't want to be forcing out something there, as the drums are complete up on the Luna with that.
Is under attack. Dire's top
Probably gonna go for Helm of the Dominator next with your Helm of Iron Will still there. Storm Spirit still is able to pick up the tower. He has to be careful though. Luckily for him, he's got a full mana bar. But is he gonna be ready for that disruption? The disruption isn't ready for it, but he can ball lightning himself away. He will do that. He's gonna try to TP himself out, but no Nightmare from the side. TP no longer there. Let's see how far he can ball lightning away. Run like the wind, Sunny Jim, and there he goes. He does. Forrest Gump running. Well, I guess he ran a bit better than that. Gonna be seeing face boots up on Aoi. He finally has got himself some farm. I mean, he's been left alone for now. He has been going for his armlet, of course. Still hasn't got it though, and he is gonna be fighting from behind. All of Dignitas is, of course, a 7,500 gold in favor of virtus.pro. With the experience graph going the way of virtus.pro as well, not as extreme, but still around 3.8k. As the push comes from the top lane, it's the last tier 2 tower that they haven't done yet. I mean, why not take that one down as well, make your gold difference complete. Now the trouble comes with pushing up to the high ground, but that is where KSI comes to play, because KSI, he can just send his bear up the high ground without putting any hero in danger. That bear can burst out so much damage and stay alive for so long that, you know, you can just take down half the tower. Then you have a bear resummon and you can go again if you want to. So KSI is going to be the one that you want to have when you're going for a siege. And of course you then have also the Lunar Blessing helping out with the creeps, and Nature's Prophet has a very long range helping out as well. You can make illusions of your Luna to help out with that as well. Bear still will pick up the last hit on the tower. And came around just forced to create some trees because he got himself stuck in some trees. And they're gonna push up the high ground perhaps now. Or at least try to do what they can with the creeps that they have. Why not? Bear is going to be the first one there. Ice Path is going to help out, but the Bear is not on the Ice Path. That's the most important thing right now. Flame Break helping out. Bear is actually taking no longer harassment from the tower, but the other ones are. And they back themselves out. It's too much and it's too risky. Don't want to be going for it right now. As the TP comes towards the bottom lane, they don't want to lose any towers for themselves. That would be giving away money to your opponents. And right now, that's not a clever thing if you're just as far ahead as you could have been right now with all the towers being picked up. I guess that what they're going to be waiting for is this one. Roshan is going to be the one that they want to have. And he is going to be up real soon. As, well, the clock is actually slightly bugged. But I would guess that this is the clock. And we're in the last minute right now. Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. I see it ticking again. Awkward. Bolt lightning! Storm Sealer goes for Smile. Picks up Smile. Armlet complete, by the way, but that's the kind of pickups that we should have seen from Storm Stealer and Storm Spirit as well. I mean, that's why I said that virtus.pro was sticking together, but apparently they have forfeited their sticking together plan after taking down the last tower, and now are all of a sudden very susceptible to those kind of ganks. And if you then have wards around there to just scout those kind of things out, well, that's going to be very, very helpful for Dignitas. But let's see how they're going to be doing with the Roshan going to be back up. And I mean, you've got an Eclipse, you've got Entangles, Nature's Prophet ultimate bouncing through, but then you also have Macropire, which is very nice and clutch in the Roche Pit. You've got a lot of control with the Darkseer Wall also being up, so helping out. Lasso, Vortexes, I mean, the control is definitely there, and I'm kind of curious to see how it's going to go if they indeed decide to fight. And with they, I kind of mean Dignitas, because virtus.pro should be the one to go for Roshan first. Should be the one to decide that. Yeah, and there they go. With the Aegis, or the BKB actually almost up on Smile. He almost has a complete, and that will mean almost uninterruptible Fiend's Grip. And I say almost because, of course, there will still be a Lasso. Double Damage Rune gonna get denied. Flame Reg, Lasso! It is gonna be Airman that they want! They're fighting at two different spots, so Disruption helping out. It's gonna be an S that's already got picked up by the Darkseer. Nice Ice Path helping out. Eclipse being completely wasted for that one. Beth Rider still goes down though, as well as the Storm Spirit on the back end. Nature's Prophet doing that. We see Aoi getting an Entangle. Can't get himself away. Illidan, oh, so low. Fog. Can he? Oh, nice dodge, but he can't get away from this. He can't. Losing Beam. Nightmare helping out. Run! TP out. Ooh, super close. Fox will give his life for that though, but that was almost. And that is a double kill going the way of ars-art, and that is 3 dead on the side of Dignitas. 4 actually, because Storm Spirit bought himself back. That was what happened there, and that's going to be the only Lifestealer that we saw getting entangled up on the high ground. He was able to get away. I guess it was more of a mercy thing than anything else, but we have got Luna already on our way back again. Doesn't want to miss the Roshan because the Aegis is hers. And that is gonna be clear Roshan going away at virtus.pro. So fight goes to virtus.pro still, even though Dignitas got it. Yeah, it kind of felt like a disjointed fight. Like Storm Spirit, he jumped himself over to here, while the rest was fighting over here. And of course, I followed the fight here, and I kind of think that if everybody of Dignitas fought at the same place, they could have maybe done it better, as the Roshan indeed goes down, and that is gonna be the Aegis up on Airman. More importantly, it is gonna be the BKB ready on the Bane. Only has to worry about the Lasso. But then again, if you're gonna be going for a BKB on the Bane, you have 2 scenarios. Either you can't cast your Fiend's Grip anymore because, or you can't cast your Fiend's Grip with your BKB, and you're gonna get stopped by the Lasso. But that's not bad, because then you force Pathrider to use the Lasso on you rather than using it on the Luna. Or you're gonna be able to get a full duration up on the Lifestealer, which is very good. So you can't really have a bad scenario, as the Force Staff is gonna be his next item to be having, I think. From the looks of his Staff of Wizardry right there. But with that Aegis that virtus.pro have right now, I think they should be trying to look for an opening into the base. You're going for a siege. The Orchid is now up on snaking, so he'll have that one even after buying back. He's got buyback on cooldown. By the way, that was the first time that he actually died this game, with still KSI consistently having these kind of runs. We saw him in a game earlier today up against No Tide Hunter, in a game that they actually lost. He never died in a 63-minute game. It was a super long game. He lost. He was a Darkseer, so an initiator. He never lost. He never died, ever, in that game. So far, it is 20 minutes in. So, you know, a lot can still happen, but who knows? KSI on a non-death streak right now, and he is doing pretty good in the farm as well, as we already saw. He is pulling up ahead above everybody, as we see him going for the barracks, or for the tower once more. Dual Breath trying to help out, but the bear is so much more tanky this time by the looks of it. Or at least, seems like it. And the tower is already dead, without putting really anybody at risk. Maybe Illidan, but he has an Aegis, so he can't put himself at risk. Dual Breath, Ice Path once again. Fortification goes through, something that virtus.pro of course wanted to have. Let's see what Dignitas wants to do. Another Ice Path probably going to come out soon again. There we go. Hits up on through. That's gonna be the ball lightning in. Infest out, doesn't do any damage though. It's gonna be a Fiend Grip BKB up on Aoi with already snaking going down. That's 2 dead, and that is no buyback for snaking, and this actually could be more than just one set of racks. That Stormstealer didn't go as planned. The disruption just in time, giving Smile the time that he needed to go for that clutch Fiend's Grip BKB, and the GG well played goes out. This is gonna mean that virtus.pro, they get another chance to get the title for the Ritmix Russian Dota 2 League. This is the grand finals, best out of 5. This is game number 2, but with 1 game advantage for Dignitas, they are actually already 2 games up. It is gonna be 2-1, and the next game is gonna be going on real soon. And Dignitas still only 1 game away from victory. virtus.pro still 2 games away from victory, but on the right path for sure, as they are willing to fight for that $4,000 that is up for grabs in the first place. Second place gets 1,500, so a big difference between the two, and you don't want to let that go. One thing that I do have to note is that both teams once again have now won 1 game on their own server, and we're going to be going back to the server that is in favor of Dignitas. So keep that in mind. We are going to be jumping ourselves into the next game as soon as everything drops. Looks like virtus.pro just want to continue with their push and just want to clear out all the buildings before going actually towards the tier 4s, as we're going to just have to wait until the throne falls. We're going to be jumping ourselves into the next game though. Stick around. I am Sheever. If you want to support me, you can do so by subscribing to my YouTube on youtube.com/SheeverGaming. You can of course also check out my website to find out where my Twitter and Facebook is, and of course more importantly check out all the VODs of all the games, of all the tournaments, of all the casters in the archive, as well as see what games are being played tomorrow or today in the world of Dota 2 and who is casting what and when and where. And we will be finding out if virtus.pro can force out a game number 5, or if Dignitas is gonna still take a 3-1. Stick around. Grand Finals, Ritmix Russian Dota 2 League. It is not over yet.